Hi, Amigis.
Hola, Amigis.
Welcome to
Las Amigis Podcast. Hey, guys.
Welcome to episode 2.
Número 2.
Número dos. And first and foremost, we want to thank everyone on our first episode. We want to thank everyone in general for all the love and support that we received, for posting up our first episode on YouTube and then on Instagram, on TikTok.
Yeah. All the love, all the support we've been getting has been
magnificent.
Yeah,
it's been
so good.
We're so grateful. We're so
very grateful.
We're blessed. So shout out to you guys.
Thank you,
we
guys.
We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Today's episode,
we're gonna be talking about the tea.
Horror stories. I'm just kidding. Not like crime.
Oh, did you say whore or horror?
I said horror stories.
Oh.
Like horror stories.
I thought you said horror, and I was like, I mean, I know it's almost Halloween.
Not horror, but like whore.
Like horse.
Like.
Okay.
WHORE.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Yes.
So we want a little bit of the tea on our relationship.
Yes. Of how we met our significant others, and a little bit of the tea that happened in that time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the tea on you, girl? How did you meet your husband?
I met him in 1994. Just kidding.
Damn.
No. All back in the day.
That was really a few months.
No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. What year was it? I was probably like 2019. I want to say 2018. 18, 19, probably. I was what, like 19 probably years old. I was enrolled in beauty school. Right?
Wait, in 2019?
I think it was 2019.
And then did you say that you were 19?
I think I was 19.
Let's run it back.
Was I not 19?
What? Let's run it back. When did we graduate? Think of the number.
2012.
I said girl, I didn't say
Oh.
think of the number. I said think of the number.
Steph, first of all, I'm not very good at math. So
no man, just okay.
Oh no. So then I was like,
you were
hold up, I'm trying to think.
Am I catching you up now?
About my timeline of like when I had my kid, and then I was like, yeah, I was 19 when I met him.
Okay, because I heard 2019 when I met him, and because you said what? I was 19 in 2019, and I was like, wait a minute, but we graduated
in 2012.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Hold up. Run it back. Run it back. I met him in 2015. 2015, 2014. Around that time. I was, at that time, enrolled in beauty school. Because obviously, I do nails. Everybody knows, I do nails. So I was going to cosmetology school. And if people don't know, when you start beauty school, you start as a group, right? It's not just like you start and then...
Yeah, because it's a whole class.
Yeah, it's a class. So you start with the group and then, whatever. In that same group, there was this girl, cool girl, just a girl that I was in school with. She is my husband's baby mama, right? So at the time, they all three of them lived together in an apartment. Obviously, her baby daddy, which is my husband's cousin, and my husband, right? So when I met him, it was just randomly one day in beauty school when you would get to school after the time you had to clock in, because it's all by hours. You're not allowed to stay in the class anymore. Like, you had to go home because technically the hours don't count. So it's like you missed the day. So you could stay, but the hours wouldn't count. Does that make sense?
Okay.
That's just the rules, how they had it. So what we would do is, because I was also in beauty school with my sister. I don't know if I ever told you that. We would either go to Knott's, because we had our Knott's pass. But
you guys were out there?
What do you mean?
Like out in that area?
No, we were here. Like our where we went to beauty school was around our area here.
Okay.
But like we would just, if we wouldn't get to school on time and we couldn't stay in class, we would just leave and go to Knott's because we had our pass. Or that, but I remember that day specifically, that girl, she showed up late too. So we were all like, oh, what do we do? So she invited us over to her house. And mind you, she didn't live like far from the school, right? Like she lived like right down the street. So we go to her house. We're just hanging out, like watching TV, just having the time pass by. It's 5 hours that we're in school. So it was from like 5:30 to 10:30. So we're just hanging out with her. I don't know. I think we were eating like cup of noodle soups. You know, we were just hanging out.
Just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. And literally, we're like sitting at a table. And all of a sudden, this guy walks in. Right? Okay.
Me trying to envision it.
It wasn't like love at first sight, okay? Because first of all, he walks in with the girl. He walks in with the girl. Okay, they don't say hi. They're not like...
How rude.
Yeah, very, what is it? No fucking manners, right? Walks in with...
Sin vergüenza.
Yeah. They both walk in. I don't even recall if they were like holding hands or they just walk in together. They go straight to his room. They're in there literally for like not even an hour. All jealous. I just kidding. Honestly, I don't remember how long they were in there for, but they were in there for some time. And then the girl, like whatever, they go in and the girl tells us, oh, that's you know, my husband, or well, her baby daddy. She's like, that's his cousin, Juan. Right? So then I was like, oh, okay, cool, like whatever,
nice
you know? Yeah, like, I mean, we didn't really get to meet him.
Yeah.
So then, after I'm assuming...
Did what they did. They hung out.
They prayed.
They Netflix and watched. Oh, they prayed
were
first.
praying.
They were praying.
You know, reading the Bible and, like, you know, playing checkers.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
they're probably playing on their phone to just maybe
like
battling against each other.
And then they walk out eventually and they leave, right? Like they leave, and then by then we go and we sit on her couch and we were watching TV, and then he comes back after like some time. I'm assuming he went to go drop off whoever this person was. He comes back in and he sits on the
couch.
Yeah, they had like a lazy boy.
Okay.
So that he sits on the lazy boy and he's just on his phone. He's just like, honestly, super weird. Like, just like, he just like doesn't say hi still. He's just there on his phone. And at the time, I'm single. Wasn't ever really a relationship type of girl. Had a few relationships throughout high school. To that point, because this was already like a year or two after high school. Yeah. But never nothing really like serious.
No long-term relationships.
No, not really. Like,
it was more like hookups.
Just kind of like dating, like hookups, but not like serious, right? Yeah. So, like I said, I'm single at the time, so I'm over here showing her like. The time I was really big on Twitter. I had like my old Twitter. So I was, you know, Twitter's nasty sometimes. Like, Twitter's crazy. So I'm over here showing her
Twitter's
like
filthy.
Yeah. Showing her like,
you know.
Seriously, like, it's all embarrassing. Deleted literally my old Twitter because it's just crazy. Okay. So I'm over here showing her like these memes and gifs of like people that post on Twitter, right? And they were like nasty. So then her and me were like laughing about it. And then he asked randomly like, oh, what are you guys laughing about? So she shows him, and then like, that's it. Like shows him, and then we go home. Like, whatever. The day ends, we go home. I don't even remember what month like of that year, because this was the first year I started beauty school. So I started beauty school like in July, June, July. So then that year, like I said, I don't remember exactly when that day happened that we missed school and we went over to her house. And then like, obviously don't get his number, like he doesn't ask for my number, like it was just kind of like, you know,
you just see this person,
and like, he's
really
cute
meet him
and everything, but he walked in with a girl,
so
like,
you're
he's in a relationship, like, I don't know, you know,
who's
like,
this guy, I'm kind of interested. No,
like he walked in with a girl. They went to go, you know, his
studies,
so after that, like, I'm still obviously into my whole single phase. At this point, obviously, it's like I said, out of high school, so I'm like driving everywhere now, like living my best single life, partying, doing whatever. And then the girl, the one from beauty school, she's constantly telling me, oh, Juan said hi. Juan said to text him. But
so he did acknowledge you.
Yeah.
But he never said anything like, hi, my name is so-and-so, nice to meet you.
Yeah, no. So then...
He was too shy. He didn't want to ask you.
Yeah, and he is really... Well...
If he wanted to go into really his room in Bible study.
After...
He was too shy.
Yeah.
He was too shy to ask
girl
you.
the Bible study. He's like, let me Bible study with her. So then, how do you call it? She, not all the time she would tell me, but randomly she would see like, oh, Juan said to text him, or hey, Juan said hi. Oh. And to me, because this is like side story from that, this girl had her own little issues going on, and she would literally rave about him. In the sense of like how he was an amazing person, right? She would talk so nice about him.
Highly of him.
Yeah. And like about how he was as a person, and that we all thought she was like
into him. Okay.
To the point where they were like probably hooking up, because she would tell us stories about shit she would do on the low, like, it's like girl talk, right?
Yeah.
So that's a side story, right? But she would tell us all this stuff that she would do behind her man's back, that when she would talk so good about him, we all were like, oh, she's fucking
y'all fucking, huh?
Yeah, we literally were like, she's hooking up with him. Like, how is she not? Like, she talks so bad about baby daddy, and they live, all three of them together.
They're roommates.
Yeah. They're roommates.
To put two and two, you would just assume.
Yeah, we would assume. Yeah,
that they were, hooking up.
So, there's that. So whenever she would tell me, oh, he said hi. First of all, I was like, he'd never even acknowledged like, hi, my name is this. And then also he didn't ask for my number. Never like gave me his number.
He was just going through her.
Yeah, but to me, and because she would always talk so highly of him, I was always kind of like it's probably nothing. Like it's nothing.
You're like,
like it's like,
who's this fool?
Yeah, and then I'm like, if he's not reaching out to me personally or asking, hey, tell her to give me her number, like then just let it go. Just like, okay. And like I said, still living my best single life.
Yeah.
Maybe about like almost another half year later, like by then I start dating somebody. Okay, I start dating somebody that I was very kind of like
you were dating, so that means that
by then I was
trying to, you were getting serious.
Like
you were.
Yes. So after like my party phase, we all go through that. Like the partying, single, like I said, I wasn't really ever in serious relationships. I was like, you know what, like I wanna be in a relationship. Like I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to be in a serious, stable relationship. So I've always had this friend at the time who I knew from high school, right? And we were just really friends, and but there was always something there at the time.
Okay.
So when after high school, we still kept in touch every now and then when we finally, like, we would always say we're gonna hang out, and then we wouldn't hang out.
Okay.
So then we finally decided.
Because you guys had different schedules, but then you guys never actually made time for each other.
I think it was just that. Like, we would just communicate, but we wouldn't make the effort.
You would push it off.
Yeah, both. Like, he would say, like, let's hang out this day, and I'd be like, yeah, and then either not text him or just, like...
Neither will come through.
No, none of us, yeah. Okay. So finally, one day we decided, okay, we hang out, and then after that day, we just start dating. And it wasn't even, like... we were boyfriend and girlfriend. It was more we would go on dates. He would take me out on dates. And this person was somebody that, like I said, I had a crush on in high school, but nothing ever happened because we were from two different like groups.
Okay.
Like he was like jockish, like into the whole people with sports and the cheerleaders and the cool people, I would say. And then obviously me, I was into like the whole Mexican, like paisa, corridos. We all spoke Spanish, you know, like yeah, very more down low, you know. So we never really how do you say it, like
clicked.
No, and we clicked. Like, we clicked in high school, but just because of
your guys' groups
our groups,
at the time,
it would have been weird. It would have just not worked. Like,
that's
at
so
all.
weird, though. Mm-hmm. Like, why does that happen?
I don't know. Like
and
why is we had a connection.
Is it such a shame to be like, hey, I kind of like this jock, or I kind of like this person, they're in theater. Yeah. Or I like this person, they're into science and they're not very social.
Right.
I'm social, but I'm really into them.
And, like, introvert, extrovert, right? Yeah. Type of vibe. Yeah. I don't know, like, even, like, we had that connection. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, but just because of high school, like, the freaking norms of, like, you're here and this person's here, like, it just wouldn't go together. So we would have, I'm 100% sure we would have never
made it as a couple.
Yeah, or just, like, it just wouldn't have happened. Because, like, we never crossed that boundary of, like, let's be more than just friends. Yeah. Or, like, let's just have crushes on each other, but, like, never go more. And then also, at that time, I was in a very toxic relationship with a crazy ex-boyfriend that I had, which that's for another day. And that would have just...
Well, just save that one for...
Just save it for later. Okay. He would have just ruined literally everything that... If there would have been anything. But anyway, so finally after... Because it was kind of like this... finally it's happening. Mm-hmm. Like, I liked this person for so long. Mm-hmm. And then now that...
Not me, like...
No, but you get what I'm saying? Like, that feeling of, like... It's time... Like, now it's happening. It was just, like, everything. It was, like, this is the person... like, gonna date, and like he's perfect, or I thought, right, perfect at the time. Mm-hmm. Very, como se dice, like, ilusionada. I don't know how I would say that in Spanish.
It's like you had an illusion.
Yeah, like, oh my god, like, this is everything, right? So very excited about it. Like I said, we're dating, and then they tell you don't see the red flags, like, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then
because you're so, like...
Because you're so... Exactly. And, like, again, I was
not
so...
stupid in love, but it's just...
No. Just,
you're
like...
in that lovey-dovey mode.
Yeah.
And that's all you see.
Or, like, what is it? Like, honeymoon phase, right?
Your honeymoon phase, yeah.
So...
They say the first year is a honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, we didn't really date for long. But because, like I said, it was such, like, this hype and, like, this illusion I had into, like, dating this guy. Mm-hmm. Everything was just perfect.
Okay.
Right? So I wouldn't talk to him all week until the weekend hit. Friday, Saturday, we would hang out. And then Sunday, we would talk. But then by, like, Sunday afternoon, like, he was gone. Monday, and then one time, and then the one time I remember that he told me, oh, because of work, I work, like, I work a lot during the week, so, like, I can't really talk. Right? And, mensa over here, like, not knowing, not being in relationships, a lot of times. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, like, I get it. Like, I'm not annoying. Like, I don't want to be that annoying girlfriend or potential girlfriend. So I respect your time. Like, again, I love my alone time.
We'll hang out
when we can. So... But like I said, red flags, you don't see them, till later. So then there's that. So then I'm dating this guy. Mm-hmm. And around the time when I am dating this guy, maybe like a month in of dating that guy, I hang out with Juan again. Uh-huh. Not by myself. We hang out with...
mutual friends.
Yeah, mutual friends. And, like, side story... they invited us over to their apartment for, like, a hangout. By then, his cousin and the baby mama break up. Oh, so they're, like, bachelors. By then they're, like, bachelors living in their apartment.
Okay.
And another girl from beauty school that we all went to beauty school with started dating the baby daddy.
Oh.
Okay? So then...
As they're still living there, as roommates.
Just Juan and his cousin.
Okay.
But the baby mama moves out.
Okay.
Get it? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, confuse anybody. Okay. But that's just that's a side story, okay?
But it ties into this one.
But it ties in, yeah. So, his cousin, the baby mama, break up, which is the reason why I met Juan. Mm-hmm. They break up, she moves out. Then another girl from beauty school starts dating the baby daddy, right? Mm-hmm. So then they invite us over to their apartment for a hangout, a kickback, whatever it is. And so we go, like I said, I wasn't just with my sister. My sister goes, I go, the girl that started dating the cousin, the baby daddy, is there. And then, baby daddy, the guy, and then Juan, and then I believe at the time they had another roommate too, who was like family from theirs also, right? And yeah, we're there, we're hanging out, we're drinking, we're all having a good time. And by then, because I've heard, like, for some time, the girl always say, he wants your number, like, he says hi.
Okay. So you knew.
So I kind of knew, like, maybe there's gonna be flirting, or maybe he's, like, interested, but like, personally, face to face, like, he never said anything, right?
Because he was so shy.
Or whatever, maybe because he was dating other people too, and he was, you know, like, living his best life, right? Like, I'm not gonna blame him or be upset for, or whatever, you know? So we're there hanging out, obviously we're drinking, everybody's drinking, and he starts flirting, you know? So then it's like, okay, you know, like, he's flirting, we're flirting, and then that's when, like, how do I say it? Like, the
anticipation.
Yes, like the okay, TMI. But with this guy that I was dating, nothing was happening. Like, in that way. Like, anything
you weren't
sexual.
getting anywhere.
No, it was just more of like, we would date on the weekends. Friday, Saturday would hit, and maybe would hang out once out of those 2 days, talk, and then it was like, that was it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, obviously, even like I mentioned, nothing sexual was happening either. Which, not that it had to happen.
Yeah.
But then it was just kind of like, so, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was like maybe like a month or two that, like, the guy and I were dating, and then, like, nothing was really happening. So then, you know, you're freaking not even a teenager, but young, hormones, you know, like, drinking is like, you know,
we know.
You know.
Yeah.
So then Juan, like, is flirting, and we're flirting back and forth. And mind you, Juan knows that I'm dating somebody, right? Everybody there knew that I was dating this guy because
he knew
because right?
He knew.
Because a weekend before or 2 weekends prior, that girl that started hooking up with the the cousin. She invited us to her birthday party, and I took the guy. So just because, like, it was a Saturday, and I'm like, oh, let's go to a party. Like, my friend is having a party. Like, let's go to a party. My sister was there, and so they all knew that, obviously, everybody knew I was dating this guy.
Yeah.
Or
seeing this guy.
Yeah, seeing the guy. And that day, I remember, too, like, I always forget about this part, and he always reminds me about it, because that day that Juan was staring the guy down. The whole time we were at this...
because he saw him there. So,
yeah.
At the...
it was like a birthday party. No. That was after. Hold up.
Oh,
you're like...
you're going too much. I'm going too forward. I'm sorry.
No, at this girl's party, Juan was staring him down the whole time. And I felt so awkward. Because I was like, oh my God, this is, like, intense. You know? This is, like... like, this isn't what is it? Like, you know how the cowboys with their, like, you know?
Yeah.
This is, I don't even know how you say that, but...
It was like a Twilight.
Yeah, and it was awkward to the point where, like, okay, let's go. Because, like, and it wasn't awkward in the sense of, like, I was mad at Juan, but I was just like, oh my God, like
you're putting me in this really tough situation right now. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what's happening right now, but this is between you guys.
Yeah. And
don't put me in it.
And so, because he was staring him down, and it was just like, oh my God, I'm like, we have to go. So we ended up leaving, right? So then back to that hangout we were having. Everybody there knew I was dating this guy.
Yes.
Or, you know, hanging out with this guy. So, is it okay? Am I boring you with my story?
No, I just had a yawn.
So then Juan's cousin ends up getting, like, a cut on his finger for trying to open up, like, a beer bottle, like, a, you know, with, like, the knife or something. So he gets a cut, so he's, like, bleeding out in the freaking... I'm being dramatic.
Yeah.
But he's, like, bleeding, and they don't have, like, nothing to, like... and it was a really bad cut.
It was, like, a gash.
Like, really
he
bad.
Was bleeding.
Yeah.
They couldn't even
so
just
then...
wrap it up and put, some cotton balls.
We had to... For some reason... We decided to go to Walgreens down the street to go get, like, the butterfly... Curitas or whatever, the butterfly ones. So... Juan and I go together, right? In his car. So he's like, oh, go with me. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I'll go with you, whatever. You know, like, I didn't want to go, but, like, sure, why not, you know?
But are you bus?
Yeah. And then, so I'm going with him, and then, we're going, and then, obviously, like, I'm drunk, and, you know, and then he's like, huggy and touchy, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, sir, like it's getting hot, you know? And then we're going back, and then I tell him, like, you know I'm dating someone. Like, it's not a secret. And he says that he knows. He says, I know, like...
He didn't care?
Girl, he did not care. He's like, I know, but he's like, it's fine. And I was like, okay. I'm like, if we do this, like, it's just gonna be what it is. Like, we're not gonna fall in love. Like, the whole spiel, dude, of like, no one's falling in love. Like,
we're we're here for a time to have a good time. Yeah. Not for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you gave them.
You know,
right?
we fist pump, agree, right? And we go back. We're still having a good time, whatever. The cousin, he's healed. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Things happen,
One thing led to another.
Spent the night, and then they spent the night.
And then since then they've been married. So, wow, things happen so...
It was just like that. The next day we got
magically
married.
Perfect.
Next day we got married, So that's that. And then that was Saturday, obviously. The next day, I go home, obviously wake up in the morning, go home. The next day, I went over again to hang out. But this time we just like hung out. Like, it wasn't even, nothing crazy.
Serious.
Just and then, obviously I'm still dating the guy, because like, it's just...
This chick.
Yeah. But like, Juan knew.
Okay.
He knew. Like,
but so did you.
Right. Well, we both knew. Okay, the only one that didn't know was...
No fucks.
The other guy.
Were given during this.
No. I mean, like I said, I was like 18, 19 at the time. Like...
Which is fine, because you were
living my best life.
Yeah.
And obviously dating the guy. Like I said, like I wouldn't talk to the guy all week, just until like Friday, Saturday would hit. And if I would see him, oddly, I would see him like only once. And then Juan, I was talking to him all week, seeing him like almost even during the week.
So Juan was winning brownie points at this point. And then there's this other guy that was just there for his convenience.
I'm assuming, like,
when he wanted to see you.
So then
he would contact you.
Exactly. At the time, you think like, oh, you're being respectful by, his time, right? You're like, oh, he's busy. Like I said, like,
he's doing him.
Yeah, he's like
super naive.
Yeah, he was like, our dates would be nice. Like, he would take me out, like, to go eat at nice places or like movies. Like, literally every weekend we would do something crazy, like fun or like something extra. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, oh well, like, he's taking me out on all these nice dates, right? Like, and then again, because I was still with this illusion of like, I really like this guy in high school, and then it's finally happening. I'm like, we're
gonna be something. Yeah. Like, we're going on a date.
Yeah. Even though I'm like over here hooking up with one, like, on the nighttime, like, I'm still trying to be in a committed relationship,
Yeah.
With this guy.
You were trying to multitask.
Like, girl, like,
being so young, like,
yeah,
you were doing it.
Yeah. And okay, so that happens, and Juan's cousin and that girl that he's dating now, they start constantly telling me. After some time, they start telling me all the time, he's in love with you. Juan's in love with you. Juan wants to be with you. Juan wants to date you. And I was like, it was like a shock. Yeah, like,
you're like,
hold the fuck up. Yes, because I'm like, we talked about this. We had the conversation that...
We even shook on it.
Yeah, we fist pumped. Like, we knew what this was going to be. Like, we knew that we were going to be in a relationship.
But it wasn't a signed agreement. See, that's where you fucked up.
Exactly. There was no signed agreement. So then they start telling me all these things. But Juan's not telling me these things. Only they are.
It's not coming from him.
No.
It would have been different if it was coming out from him.
Yeah. And then I have my sister, on the other hand, who got along really well with Juan. My older sister got along really well with him. And she would always tell me, why are you with that guy? He's so ugly. Like, Juan's, like, better. Or, like, always comparing them, right? And, like, pushing me towards Juan. So I got kind of to a point, I'm like, well, he's not telling me anything. He's not telling me he wants to be with me.
So you put the ball on his court.
I was like, he's not saying anything. You guys are the ones telling me all these things. Like, how do I know it's like even
true
real?
Or not? Yeah.
Right? Because he's not.
You're just hearing this from word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's not coming out from Juan, and you're hanging out with him, what? A few times out of the week?
Yeah, like a few times out of the week.
But none of this is
spending
coming out
the night
of him.
on weekends to
That's
like.
coming out of you guys.
Exactly. So I kind of got like annoyed to a point because they would constantly like tell me. Like even when we were in beauty school, like both of them, my sister and the girl, like would tell me, oh, like he likes you, like, or even the cousin would tell me, and like Juan's not saying anything. So I get kind of like, again, because we had like agreed that it was just gonna be what it was, to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm like maybe we should just be friends because
and keep it at that.
Nobody wants to get their heart broken.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I tell Juan, like, you know what, we should just be friends. Like, you know, I'm hearing things, and maybe it's just best like we stay friends. And you know what he said? He was like, okay.
He had nothing else to say but okay.
He was just like, oh, like it was fine. And so to me, I'm like, oh, so then he doesn't
care.
He doesn't care, or he's
and
not
all
into
this
me.
that I heard from word of mouth is not true.
It's probably not true. So
because
like,
he had his chance to say something.
Exactly. And
you know, he said no.
He didn't. So then I was like, okay, well, then that's done. You know, we're done. Things are done, and that's it. So then, around that time too, Juan, well, even to this day, he's really into cars, like racing cars. You know, the street, you know, life. Back then, it was he would do it more than now.
Yeah,
he was in a car club. Like we would go to car. Okay. Well. Even though we weren't like in a relationship, but we would go to car meets together when we would hang out with the cuz it was always the four of us hanging out.
So he would take you along.
So he would take me along, and we would go to car meets. And honestly, like if people that aren't into the car meet stuff, like it's really really cool, and it's really really fun. Like we totally miss it because it's just like it was just like a whole different vibe, and it was just awesome. So we would go often. And that week they had invited me to a car meet that we were gonna go to, but because I broke things off like on a Wednesday or Thursday, I assumed like I'm not invited anymore. Like he's not gonna want to hang out with me because I just told him let's be friends. So that day gets there, and the girl texts me, and she's like, "Hey, like, are you gonna go to the car meet with us? Like, blah blah blah. We're gonna leave at this time." And I'm like, "Oh no, well I broke things off with Juan. Like, I don't think he wants to hang out with me anymore." She's like, "No, like he said it's fine." So then Juan texted me, or I texted him, and we were like, "Hey, so we're still going?" Yeah. He's like, "I'll pick you up at this time."
Nice.
Cool. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends." Like,
nice.
Like nobody got hurt. Like there's no hard feelings. Like he's not in love with me. Like things are great. Like, you know, fine. Like like
you're just gonna.
Yeah, we're cool. Like love the car meets, love hanging out with them because it's a whole vibe.
Love him.
Yeah,
love him.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, you know. Whatever, picks me up. That day gets there, picks me up. You know, we go to this car meet. Usually it was me and him in his car, or sorry, him and myself in his car. The girl and the cousin, well, you know, in their car. And you know, you get there, you go to the car meet. You've been to car meets?
I've seen some on Fast and Furious.
Oh, it's like it's not as cool. Like, well, they're cool, but that's like on another level.
I can just imagine.
But you get there, you just park your car. Obviously, you walk around. You could stay in your bubble or walk around to see the cars. You know, people have their hoods open. Socialize with other people. You know, it's a whole vibe. We get there. He goes off with his cousin and their friend group of their guys in the car meets or their, you know, car club or group, whatever. They were hanging out talking, and say like the cousin's car was here and there was more cars, and then his car's here. And the girl that I went to, that we hang out with, the one that in beauty school that's dating the cousin now, we're hanging out on his car. We're leaning on his car, and we're just talking. Her and I are talking, and I'm telling her about how I broke things off with Juan, and how like just things are.
How was the trip? How you were just there?
Yeah,
and like everything was fine.
Everything was
like,
fine.
No hard feelings.
So you know, and like I mentioned, you walk around, you look at cars, right? So we're chilling. She's like probably like maybe like where you're at in front of me, but she was like next to me, right? The guys were over there, like on the other car. I could literally probably see Juan like from across, right? So then you see a group of people walking, like from one car walking towards, you know, because it's a parking lot, right?
Okay.
So just to visualize, they're walking towards this way, slowly, you know, just walking. It's like a group of people, and I'm talking to her. Me over here like being dramatic, right? Talking to her. I look up, and I see a guy with his arm wrapped around a girl, right? Guess who's the guy?
The guy that you were...
The guy that I've been dating. So then I'm like, skirt, what? Like, what is going on? Like, slap in the face.
Yeah.
Right. Slap in the face. I'm like, I look at him and I'm 1,000% sure he saw me.
He looked at you.
Oh, yeah.
You guys made
perfect eye contact. He saw me. I saw him. And then I just look at my friend and I'm like, like, put your hair up. And then I'm like, oh my God. Like,
but you quickly froze, right?
Yeah, like I froze.
You panic froze.
Yeah, I panic froze. Like I froze, and then I'm like, oh my God. Like I look at my friend and I'm like, dude, like what is going on? Obviously doesn't acknowledge me, doesn't come say hi, nothing. The group of him and
they just stroll on by.
They just stroll on by, keep walking past us, keep going. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, this mother effer has like been dating somebody the whole time too.
Yeah.
Or like been doing whatever he's been doing too. And I mean, I probably shouldn't have a right to be upset because obviously like, you know, she was over here doing what she was doing too. But then it was just a shock that it was like that little bubble of like illusion that I had over this person is like it popped. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, what the? Like, what are you doing then? Like, what was all like?
What was the reason?
Yeah, what was the reason? So then I tell my friend, I'm like, oh my God, like crazy, like that's the guy. Like he's here with somebody else. Like me freaking out. And little after that happens, Juan goes and races his friend, like another guy in the group. So he's like, let's go. I'm gonna go race my friend. So and then when that happens, you know, everybody leaves. You go to like a secluded area. You know, don't do this at home, guys, because it's very dangerous. Not saying to do it, but you know, we go. I go with Juan in his car, obviously because I came with him. Gets in the car, we're driving away, and as soon as we're leaving the damn parking lot, like driving through the cars, leaving to the parking lot, obviously I see him again, the guy with his friends in their little bubble in like a certain area. His car was there because obviously I knew what car he had. Juan's windows were always tinted, like so you couldn't see inside the car. I don't remember they were up or down though, but regardless, I get a text, right? As soon as like we're there leaving, I get a text. And he says, hey, what are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Okay? And then I reply, at a car meet with friends. What about you? Or something like that. And then he says like, oh, me too. Which one? Girl. So then I'm like, get out of here. Like, no. Like... boy bye. Yeah. Boy bye. So I'm like, let's not play dumb. Yeah. Like clearly you were
saw
living
me.
Yeah.
I saw you. Yeah. We made eye contact.
Yeah. Exactly. Like you were living your best life, which I mean at this point it's
all
like
to you.
Yeah.
That was clear validation for you to continue being like, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and date one.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like exactly what happened.
Exactly. Yeah, Juan, whatever does what he does, he races. And then I realized, like, you know, spending all this time with this person that is a good person, you know, like we vibe well together, like we connected really well. You know, he obviously it's like a plus, you know.
It was an upgrade.
It was like...
I know you're talking
about. Well, not even an upgrade because, like I said, nothing happened with the guy. But, like, it was like a plus that was great.
But considering, like, what your sister was telling you, like, what are you doing with this guy?
Yeah. Oh, looks-wise. Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? So it was an upgrade.
Yes. Upgrade. Like I said, that time was fun time. Like, it was great, too. Like, really great, right? So it was just kind of like, you're over here... stuck, focused on this illusion of like things that, you know, sometimes we do it to ourselves. We hold on to things that are sometimes not it, and like I said, the red flags are there, you just don't see them, but then eventually you realize. So then I was like, why not give this guy a shot? Yes, and then also I liked the fact that he was very respectful in the sense of like when I told him like, hey, like let's just be friends, he was like, yeah, okay, like he didn't push onto it. He wasn't pushy. He wasn't... That's good. Like, confrontational. He wasn't like annoying. He was just like, and like throughout people I've tried to date, like a lot of guys are very pushy, especially when you're in high school, you know, guys are like dumb. So it was just like, wow, this is one person that is respectful about my what is it, like my decisions or like my opinions, like he's not, he's not, like I said again, pushy. So after that, and if he sees this, he's gonna laugh because he knows I did this on purpose. Because I was like, how do I talk to him now, and like how do I go back to hanging out with him? Like I just told him I don't want to be with him.
Okay.
Right?
So, okay.
You get me? Like I just told him like, okay, like let's not be together, like, or like let's not hook up anymore.
Yeah. So how did you go from that point?
Okay. I'm so stupid. Like, this is, mind you, this is like I said, 18 years old, 19 years old, right? I texted him on purpose, pretending that I was texting the girl, my friend. Oh. Like, I sent like a fake text, like, that I was going to text to the girl, but I sent it to him on purpose. But I was like, girl, I think I'm starting to like Juan. Like, we're still talking. Because we after that, she
knew what she was doing.
I knew what I was doing. And he knows because he's told me before, like, I knew when you sent me that text, like, it wasn't for her. Like, I knew what you were doing. He said, I just went along with it. So that's why I said, if he watches this, like, he's going to laugh or he's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I sent him on purpose a text, I think I said something like, oh my God, like, to the girl, right? Like, oh my God, like, I think I'm starting to like Juan, like he's really nice, like, I don't know how I didn't see it, like, you know, and me rolling my eyes of cringing, because, like, the dumb shit you do, you know, and then, well, yeah, he just responded, and I was like, oh my God, I wasn't supposed to send it to you, like, I was supposed.
What did he say?
He just said, he was just like, LOL, like, it's okay, like, me too, or something like that, like, or yeah. So then I was like, oh, so you do, right? Like, he does like me, like
that's what you wanted to get out of him.
Yeah, exactly. But like conversations we've had after is just like he just didn't want to look, obviously, because we had the conversation of like what it was, and he did feel certain type
we're not
of
going
way.
To be anything else, but
yeah, he wanted to respect that, and he wasn't going to be pushy about it. So he's like, well, if she's telling me she doesn't want to be with me, then why, like, I'm not gonna push her to be like, well, I like you, and because I like you, like, let's try to do, like, be together. You know, like, he wasn't trying to.
You want to have a mutual agreement.
Yeah. So then we just start talking after that, going on dates, hanging out every weekend, and then about like a month later, like, that's when we made it official, and then we started dating, and then he won't admit it because he never freaking wants to admit it, but he said I love you first. But when he said it, I heard him, right? Like, when he said I love you, like, I was like,
was he hugging you or something, like, or was he like, I love you?
He said I love you, but it was like in the middle of, you know, yeah, girl. Yeah. So it was in the middle, and then I heard it, so I was like, what? Like, did he just say I love you? Because I loved him too. Like, at that point I knew I loved him. Because,
but
like,
you didn't want to tell him first.
Well, not even that I didn't want to tell him first, but like when he said it, I was like, oh my God, I love you too. You know, like,
you felt the
like I knew way. Yeah, I was like, I knew, like, at that moment I was like, I knew I loved him, right? Because he said it, and I was like, oh my God, like, me too, right? But then because I said, like, what? Like, in excitement, like, oh my God, did he just say that? He, like, took it back. He was like, oh no, nothing. Because I think he thought I was going to be like,
what?
Like, no, like, when
like, shocked.
Like, yeah. So he took it back, and I was like kind of bummed out because I was like, oh my God, like, why did he just take it back? I'm like, wait, did he say it? Did he not say it? Right?
Did he not mean it?
Yeah. And then eventually, like, maybe a few days later, I ended up telling it to him. And then he was like, oh, I love you too. And then, yeah, you know, after that, a year later, got pregnant.
You guys got pregnant?
We got pregnant.
Me?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know.
Right? Got pregnant. And then shortly after we found out we were pregnant, we got married. And then that same year we got married, we had our son. And then here we are, 6 years later. Aww. Still married.
God, don't look so happy.
No, I don't mean it like that. But you know, like 6 years later,
that's crazy how that story is like, you just, got with someone else, and then low key you were dipping with somebody else, and then you're like, you know what, like, let's not do this. Yeah. And then you go to car meet just as friends, and sure enough, it validates that other relationship. Yeah. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, and like, no. And that's why, like, I even said, like, I mean, I didn't have a right.
Like, it's a trip.
Yeah, like, it wasn't even like that. I had a. I'm not saying like I had a right to be upset at the guy because oh my god, he was out there like, obviously dating somebody. You know, that's why he didn't talk to me during the week or whatever.
Because he was
only saw him
doing his own thing.
Yeah, which is fine. But the whole
no
point
hard feelings.
No. The whole point too was just like it just, like you said, validated, like, sometimes we overlook certain people or certain situations because we're so, like, infatuated or, like...
With the idea
with an idea of something, right?
Of something being there and how an idea of that person that you see. But in all reality, we don't know what they're doing with their time off.
Right, no.
Behind closed doors.
Exactly.
When they're at work, all that stuff.
Yeah. So it was just like that. Just sometimes you just don't know.
It is what it is.
So maybe we shouldn't be too stuck on like the idea of things rather than what's right in front of us or what is around us. Not live for what ifs, So yeah,
that's crazy.
We've been married now 6 years. Our kid is gonna just turn 6.
He turned 6,
right? We haven't had no more other kids, but our little kid is like literally everything.
Yeah,
we're a family of 3. He's everything. But yeah, that's it.
Oh my god, like, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's crazy.
La historia de Diana y Juan.
Seriously. Like, we talk about it, like, all the time, how, like, because he knew, obviously, everything from the beginning, and we talk about, obviously, he was doing his own thing, and we just talk, like,
he literally walked in to his own apartment.
Yes, like, I tell him all the time, like, oh, who was that? And he swears he doesn't remember who it is. And I'm like, boy, get out of here. Really, Juan? Really? If he watches this. No, I think he knows. I think he said it once. Like, oh, I remember who it was. But whether he does or he doesn't, it doesn't matter. You know, lo que no fue en tu año, no te hace daño. So,
hey, there you go.
But yeah, we just always talk about how crazy it was. How, like, we met, hooking up, obviously. And, like, they always tell you get to know somebody before you like
date them
before you
like create that relationship, that bond before you guys get into anything serious. Yeah, because you never know.
Yeah, and then obviously we started backwards, and then
it's okay.
No, yeah, it's fine. Everybody's stories are different. So, obviously we had a kid really fast. A year later, we had a kid. Literally. Found out pregnant January, got married in March, and then had our kid in August. So it was like
super fast. It's like one after another.
Yeah. But it was fine. Like yeah. Like it wasn't that.
Like that was your guys' plan. It wasn't your guys' plan.
No, but it wasn't
your plan, but it was your plan.
Yeah, like that's that was how it meant to happen. Yeah. No, for sure. And I always see it that way. We like I said, we talk about like how everything happened, and we do even talk about like how we're so young and like how obviously mistakes and things have happened in our relationship. Because we were so young. He was he's only 2 years older than me, so at the time if I was like 19, he was like 21. I mean, he was young too. I mean, we were both really young, like got married and had a kid really fast, and things have happened obviously throughout then, and relationship
your ups and your downs.
Yeah, ups and downs. And I mean, but at the end of the day, like, we're still here, and obviously, you try, you know, but so far, things are good, and things are, how everything is meant to be is how it is.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
And that's where you're at now.
Nice. So we're good.
Oh my god.
So that's my tea of how I met the man that we call Juan. Because he's my number Juan.
Get it? Oh my god, that's how Sylvester says Juan.
Juan?
He says number one.
Oh.
Because he can't say Juan, so he's like, number one. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's my number one.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day, we'll have them join and they can tell us their perspective.
Podcast, huh?
Yeah, their perspective of the situation.
He's going to be denying everything. Yes. We're going to be like...
That's what I said. When he sees this, I wonder if he's going to be like, that's not how I remember it.
No.
Because he'll tell you, like, he'll say, he even told me, like, that he never told his cousins or anybody that, like, he was in love with me. Uh-huh. He swears he never told them. But I'm like, but why would they just tell me that? Mm-hmm. If, like
that doesn't make sense. That, like, something
that doesn't add up. But anyway, that's my little teen drama, little bit of story, my relationship. How about you? How did you meet? I know a little bit, which some of the stuff you've told me, but like not,
how we met.
How you guys met.
Well, this happened back in 1989. Just
kidding.
Go sit back and hold on tight.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. We met 2012, 2013. We worked together at the Disneyland Resort. When we first were hired there, I don't know what group he was hired in, but I know I was hired in December of 2012. And we were in the same hiring group and we were in the same department. So when we're in the same hiring group, by that I mean like traditions, but we don't remember seeing each other. We had to have been in the same like hiring class, but I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember much, but we were in that same class.
Okay.
So we were in the same department. So I just knew he was my coworker, and at that time working at Disneyland, I was in a relationship at that time.
Okay.
So, I think from what we remember, one of us was on a cart. So, mind you, that person that I was dating was also working at the Disneyland Resort.
Oh.
But he was in a different department. He was in a different department. Nothing happened, we didn't have anything. So I think I was on a car or he was on a car. We can't remember, or I think it was because I made a sexual joke. So, I went to go check on his car or check up on him, or vice versa. He went to go check up on me. And, I was just throwing, sexual comments. But not, so, nasty. I was just, I threw him off by saying, that one comment.
Okay.
Right? So I threw him off, and then he was like, what? What? He, stood back. He's like, Lord,
stop.
Jesus, take the wheel. I'm just kidding. So,
he was like,
he's like, hi. He's like, I found her, God, I found her. So, there was a comment that was said.
Yeah.
And, he was obviously, taken back. And there was someone approaching the cart. So, this person was sweeping.
Oh, okay.
And then Brian goes, can I help you? And then I look over at Brian and I'm like, oh, he's my boyfriend. And then he's like, oh. He's like, yo, this girl just said this to me.
She got a man?
And I'm kind of captivated. I'm just trying to, conversate with her a little bit. And this guy comes. It turns out to be her boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. Not even thinking anything of it, okay? Because I'm just I just said a comments, And
I'm just being you know, talking
I'm just messing. I'm just fucking around. And but yeah, that time he was like, dang, you did me dirty,
Yeah.
And at that time I was like, okay, and
yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So from that point on, like we would, we would conversate more because we were coworkers.
Okay.
So we would conversate more, and then one thing led to another. I think, I know. Feelings started growing.
Oh, okay.
Like internal, low key feelings started growing. So, how did we even tell each other? Like we kind of like each other. I guess we would be working a lot because we would be like closing or opening.
Same type of schedule.
Same type of schedule. So we're always working together. And I think that's how that, little relationship grew. But again, like nothing serious was happening because I was in a relationship. But knowing deep down, I'm like, oh my God, like, I like this person.
Yeah.
Like there's something in him, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
this guy's special.
He's more than special. Like I just knew, like, I don't know, like I knew that I like you.
Yeah.
Not you, but like him. So that happened. And then we got to a point where I was like, I'm in a relationship, like I can't be doing this,
Right.
So I have to shut down my feelings because I need to be respectful to my partner. And so I did that. And we fought. Like we were at work and we would like not like each other. We would despise each other. We would hate. We got to a point, me and Brian.
Oh, no. Okay.
We got to a point where like we couldn't stand each other because we couldn't
share those feelings.
We couldn't share those feelings.
Yeah.
So we didn't like each other.
So instead of like the
having like a
love,
mutual, yeah,
you turned it into hate.
We turned it into hate. So we were literally like we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Because we would be at work and we couldn't stand being by one another. He would run off when he would get his assignment. I would go my way. I would hang out with my friends. He would be by himself, or he would hang out with his friend, like our other coworkers. And it was literally a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
But more of that. It was more like a
like once,
but
it was like,
don't cross this line.
Yeah.
Because
everybody goes their way, and
it had to be that way because
that's it.
I was in this relationship.
Yeah. No,
and I was like, it can't be this way.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It can't. So we left it as that. And then fast forward, I left the company. But before I left the company, I believe he left the company a year prior. So he left, I believe it was maybe in November of 2016 when Brian left. And I left the company December of 2017. So a whole year after. But even then, we cut all communication.
Okay.
So, but before he left, we were okay with like saying hi to each other. Okay. But that was that. We didn't have anything else.
Just like cordial. Like, hi, bye.
Yeah, that's it. And that's all we kept it at. Mm-hmm. Since that time after we hated each other, that period, where we like really didn't talk to each other, nothing. We just like one day, I don't know when, we didn't like make up, but we just looked at each other and knew like,
yeah,
this is what it is. Yeah. Let's stop fighting. Like we work with each other. Like this is what it is. Like I'm in this relationship, and that's that. And we just move
forward. Yeah,
that's
like
that's just what it is. It's gonna have to be that way.
Exactly.
And yeah, so like I said, he left, I left. And again, during that whole time, all those years, we didn't have connection. Because I had blocked him from Snapchat.
Right, respectfully.
I didn't have him on any other social media. Because I was in a relationship. I was like, this can't.
Right.
I can't do that.
You weren't doing that, Diana. No.
Yeah. I can't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward. Periodically, every year, like that year that he left Disney, 2016, he would try to reach out to me, and just always on my birthday. Oh. Always on my birthday. He would always send me happy birthday stuff. And ever since then, okay, happy birthday, Steph. And then once ever so often, it would be happy Thanksgiving, happy New Year. And that was that.
Holidays.
Just holidays.
Okay.
Mostly my birthday and holidays. I can't remember a time where I actually reached out to him and said happy birthday on his birthday because I have the worst memory ever. And I don't think I've ever did that. Maybe once. I don't know.
Quote her.
Don't quote me. But babe will know. So he would always reach out to me and I'm just like
yeah.
I was just like, thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
And then, we always kept it as that. And fast forward 2021.
I'm trying to think what year are we on?
We're on 2022. This is 2021.
Last year.
Yeah.
2021.
The beginning of last year.
New Year's.
So yeah, think about New Year's 2021.
Around those dates.
Yeah. So I was still in that same relationship that I was talking about. So what had happened was there was some unloyalty going on, because I can't say that I was not loyal to him because I let him know. I communicated that to him.
Right.
And
I mean, in all reality,
why I stopped all tracks.
Like, nothing happened.
Right. With this other individual.
Yeah.
With Brian.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, nothing
So
happened.
I was respectful in that aspect, and I told my partner.
And you stopped.
I stopped all communications, and I told my partner.
Oh, exactly. A
lot of people
I
said, hey,
these
this happened.
Yeah.
I'm cutting all ties with him. And sure enough, he was upset. He has every right.
Of course.
He had every right to be upset. And we left it as that, right? But fast forward, I didn't know that he had ammunition waiting for me. And he used that ammunition.
Years and years later, but...
Years later, like, I get messed over.
Right.
And I get cheated on, like...
Physically
cheated on.
Yeah.
Like, from the evidence that I found. I was like... Ain't no way, bro.
It's like...
Ain't no way, bro. I was like, ain't no way. And I was like, no, this is... Everything adds up. Like, I wasn't going crazy months on end prior. Because months before I even found out. I'm pretty sure this happened like 3 months, okay? From the evidence that I recall gathering. It was like maybe 3-4 months that I was getting cheated on. And I didn't know squat. So then I was like, I found this out like literally 3 days after his birthday. I found out. And I woke him up. I confronted him. And I was like, I'm not saying that a relationship. Yeah, I was like, oh, hell no. But at that time, I was angry.
Of course.
But this was so early in the morning. It was like 6 in the morning when I woke him up. I was like, hey, like, when were you going to tell me this? Were you ever going to tell me this?
Yeah.
Like, how long were you going to keep it going without telling me? You know?
Yeah.
How long were you going to have
me there? How long were you going to...
Con la cara de pendeja.
Leaving our relationship like, going, and then
like months, like weeks before, it was like our 9-year anniversary.
Oh shit!
And I was like, really, dude?
Yeah.
So I just, I vented to him. I was a little bit angry when I confronted him, and he was barely waking up. Which I feel like I have a right to be angry, but ever since that conversation, I said thank you. Thank you for the years, but you shouldn't have wasted my time. Like, why didn't you just say anything? Yeah. But now I know, that it had to happen. The way it happened, it had to happen. So since that point, I was like, I'm out. Peace out. I'm not going to deal with that.
Nope.
I'm not going to tolerate that.
Yeah.
And ever since then,
that was it.
I've never spoken to that individual in my life. Ever since then.
Yeah.
And I left it as that.
As you should.
And fast forward, like I use like nature to heal, and everything else, I did other stuff, but fast forward, like there was months on end, and then I went to Vegas. My best friend actually took me to Vegas, and her boyfriend, and then our other friend, we went to Vegas, and we were just having a good time, blah 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 blah. And again, remember, I didn't have any communication with Brian at all.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, I think we started, how did we talk? Oh my God. I think it was Snap. I think it was Snapchat that we were talking because I was in Vegas with my best friend. We were having a good time. Just being out there, heartbroken, having a good time. I'm living my life. Let me be. No, I'm kidding. I was out there drinking my Fat Tuesday. I'm just kidding. And then we sent a picture, and then ever since then we started talking. So we rekindled our friendship. So we started talking a little bit, rewinding how he's been, how his family has been, and yeah, we would talk periodically.
Okay.
So it came to a point we were talking every day. And I was like, God, what's going on?
Yeah. Why is this person?
What? If he's for me, let me know. If he's not, toot it and boot it. But sure enough, no, we just rekindled, and from there we literally talked every single day. Every single day. And he actually he had said something and I took it out of context, Brian.
Okay.
And then he actually knew where my house was. I was like, dude, you're a fucking stalker. You're a stalker, dude. And he's like, no, I swear that you told me what street you live on and your color of your house and blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, did I really? You have really good ass memory. Me, I'm like, I don't know shit. I don't remember anything. I can't remember squat. So he comes over and he was just like, hey, he's like, hey, shawty, you want to be mine? No, I'm kidding. No, he showed me he cares for me, and I was like, okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. This is cool. So we slowly started talking every single day, and it was just a nice little rekindling that we did. A little relationship that we had, a friendship that we rekindled, because it was so many years that we didn't talk.
Right.
Yeah, so slowly we rekindled our relationship once we were talking every single day. And we decided to go out on a little date, and that little beach date, from there it was just a pre-date, and from there we started dating. But it wasn't official. I wasn't his girlfriend. So I would say we were dating.
Right. No, yeah.
And it was
dating.
A few weeks later, we went out to LA and we stayed out for the weekend. And he did this cute girlfriend proposal thing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this can't be real. This is no. No one's ever done anything like that. And I was waiting in the restroom. I was supposed to be waiting outside, but I was like, boy,
in the restroom. Give me 1 second.
I was like, first of all, I ain't gonna wait outside. That's what we ain't gonna do. I'm just kidding. So I was waiting in the restroom, and then he's like, okay, come out, and I come out, and there's beautiful rose petals, and it's leading up to him in the bed. It has rose petals. It has an S and a B and a heart, and then a rose right there. And I'm like, the room is jealous. The room is lit up with candles everywhere. Stop. And mind you, we are in downtown LA, and the blinds are open, and it's downtown, and I'm the music playing, it was so perfect.
Yeah, everything
was so perfect. And at that moment, he said these beautiful words that I can't even remember in my head, because I can't remember for the life of me. I have a bad memory. But he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was like,
yes, 1,000 times yes.
I'll be your girlfriend.
Brian,
I thought I was your girlfriend.
The proposal better be epic.
Ooh, buddy.
Proposal better
step up your game.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
Not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Kidding, not kidding.
I'm kidding. But yeah, that's how we became boyfriend and girlfriend. And ever since then, we've been dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been great.
See, this is how I literally said
things happen for a fucking reason. And
not
it's
even
so
that,
crazy.
Dude, but
like
how I was even saying, like, when things are right in front of you and they feel right and they feel like good,
like
but
it
then
was meant
we
to
choose to overlook sometimes our feelings for things that feel safe, things that are easy, things that are just
things that we feel content with.
Yes. And it's like, why do we always do that? Because like I'm 1,000% sure we're not the only ones that do that. Why do people settle? And not just women, men too. Why do people settle? And we should not settle because the red fucking flags are there. We just choose not to see them.
Yep.
You like
take into account how you feel. Take into account like literally any sign, any gut feeling. Like they're all there.
Yeah.
It's just we choose to bypass them, or maybe we're too busy with our daily lives. It could be multiple amounts of reasons, but it's crazy how everything works.
Yeah.
And how it comes into a full circle.
Exactly.
I was like, is this real life?
Yeah.
There's been many, many moments, like in the beginning of a relationship, that we would say, like, we are meant to be here.
Facts.
Like, it's crazy how we had to go through that.
Right.
To be here. I was like...
No, yeah.
I was like...
I mean, alone, the fact that, like, you were still in his mind, like, throughout all that time. And not, like, he respected the fact. Like, once you told him, hey, like... obviously this is nothing because I'm in a relationship, you know, whatever. Like, he, after that, respected the fact, and he could have kept being pushy and could have kept being like, no, like, I want you. I want to be with you.
That's true.
I don't give a crap that you're with whoever. He could have done that, but he didn't. He respected it, and he waited his time.
But see,
it took too fucking long, Stephanie. And every day he's gonna agree. No, but right. But you know what I mean? Like, he respected the time, and throughout time, he said, "I'm still thinking of you. You're still in my mind."
Yeah, when he would reach out to me,
as much as, like I said,
as much as you're not mine, I'm just reaching out to you. And he's said this to me like multiple times. He's like, if I see you at the market, married with kids, like, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to congratulate you, because all I wanted for you was to be happy.
Yeah.
Was to be happy.
And in all reality, when you love people, regardless of, like, whether you're with them or not, like, at the end of the day, you want the best for somebody, and you want them to be happy and, like, truly, truly happy.
Yeah.
Whether they're with you or not. And, like, a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people prefer to see you miserable.
Yeah, they have a lot of resentment.
To stay with you and hurt you and keep hurting you.
Yeah.
Than to see you with somebody else.
Yeah.
And not allow you to be your
free and happy.
Yeah, your full self and your full, like, and like you said, to be
embrace
happy.
your own happiness. Yeah. You know.
Some people are evil like that. And, you know, people are lucky enough to find, or some people are lucky enough to be that way and to wish happiness on others, especially even if they love somebody. Yeah. Even if they're not with them. Right? Which that is
100% true.
That is, I think, very big of people.
Yeah.
And, you know, not everybody's like that.
Not sadly. Everyone. Yeah, unfortunately.
Like, again, like I said earlier, like, people prefer to see you unhappy and miserable. And
than see you happy.
Than to see you happy.
Than to literally wish you, like, the best of luck in life.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's why people hurt and people do the things that they do.
People that are hurt will hurt people. Yeah, that's very true.
1,000%. But how crazy.
Everything comes in full circle. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. So seriously, that's our relationships. That's our tea. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff, but, you know...
That's our relationship as a whole with our lovers.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I mean, if anybody out there wants to share or tell us their relationship, situationship,
situationship,
that they're going on with now,
currently,
or have something that happened before, whether they were in a relationship with somebody, and how crazy things happen, and even what you've learned, because I'm 1000% sure, whatever we learn from stuff, if you tell people will relate or understand, like, oh my god, I felt that way, or I was going through that, something similar, and that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
And
people are gonna be like, that's crazy, like I met my significant other exactly like that.
Exactly.
Or have like way out stories. But it's crazy how, again, like my third time saying this, how everything comes in a full circle.
For sure.
How everything literally happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And
which 1000% you end up at. Things are supposed to happen. And I strongly have always believed that things are supposed to happen the way they do for things to be, or for us to be where we are now.
Exactly.
Or how things are supposed to be how they are now. 1000%. Like, nothing is by mistake. Nothing is coincidental. Like, this is the life that we are given, and that's how things are supposed to be.
But I love, like, I don't know about you, like, do you love your love story?
I do.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, just, like, so different. And not different, but just, growing up, I always thought, I'm going to meet somebody, fall in love, like, right away. Like, date, get married, have a kid.
Whole timeline.
Like, the whole...
Like a fairy tale timeline.
Yeah, like your fairy tale story that they tell you, like, have a kid, get married, have a kid, kids, whatever,
build your home.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
And then when things, and like, what is that saying when they say, when you make plans, God laughs, or something like that? It's like, that's not life. Like, you cannot plan things.
You can't plan it according to you.
Yeah, like, no. So it's like the fact that it happened, like, all fucking backwards.
Yeah.
Or like scrambled or all over the place the way it did.
But you see how we learn our lessons along those.
Right. No, yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, like, it's our love story, or our relationship story, and it's perfect for us.
Yeah.
It might not be great for other people, or other people might judge it or be like, whoa, like,
yeah,
that's so wrong. You guys shouldn't have done that, or like, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like,
this is our love story, and
exactly,
this is what we're going with.
At the end of the
this
day,
is how we met. We love each other.
Exactly.
We've gone through here and that, this and that, and we continue to move forward because we love each other. Yeah. We choose every single day to love each other. Exactly. We choose each other. Our family.
1000%, guys. Yeah. But yeah. So if anybody, I would say, wants to share their story, for sure we can talk about your guys' tea anonymously. If you don't want to share your name or anything,
you can go
send
to
us.
Our Instagram,
or
our TikTok, and let us know about your secret love stories, and we can anonymously share your stories if you wish to.
Yeah,
if you only wish to our subscribers and followers, without you having to put your own face out there or your name.
Yeah, we don't even need names. You could change names.
Yeah.
Just write it out. I know sometimes it feels really nice to let things out and talk about things and just share it with people. And like we said, anonymously.
But not necessarily you being you.
Right.
Being you.
That's right. Anonymously. So if anybody else would love and like to share their, situationship, relationship, love story with us,
current dramas,
anything, we're more than open to read them.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around on episode 2. Us being low-key nervous.
No, stop it.
I'm so nervous.
This is ASMR.
Sorry, I just had to do that. I just had to get it out.
Oh, and we forgot to totally mention, I don't even know if we mentioned this on our live that we did, that first episode we filmed
months
ago.
Months ago.
We probably filmed it like what?
March.
And we're currently in
February or March. We're in August.
About to be September.
We're about to be September.
So we filmed that a long ass time ago. And we just never posted because we were just so like busy, nervous, life, you know, things happen.
Life got in the way.
But
there is there's updates to our life.
Yeah, for sure. Updates, which we can get into it.
More later
also,
on
send us stuff that you guys would want us to talk about,
or you're curious about.
To know
any topics that you want us.
And it doesn't necessarily have to mean like topics about us. Anything, literally anything. I don't know, just whatever it is that people want to talk about.
Whatever you guys desire that you guys want us to speak of.
Exactly.
Send it on in onto our Instagram or to our TikTok.
Yes.
Or I think here on YouTube.
Right. Yes.
Comment down below, guys.
Comment down below, guys.
Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your ring bell so you get that notification when we post.
Exactly.
Oh, look at her.
Hey.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
guys.
being in our episode 2. We love you. Los amo. Los amos.
Yes.
Los
we
amamos.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys
amos?
for...
Los amamos. My no sabo is
Los amamos.
What?
Los amamos.
Los
in
amamos.
plural.
Okay. Los amamos. Perdón. Mi Spanish is no bueno. Thank you, guys. This is Las Amigis podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.